Welcome, everybody who's already in to our second webinar of the How To series. Our focus today is on the AI coaching system and how it can assist you to level up your coaching. So we're going to start with a poll, and I'm going to give over to Katie. And I just also want to mention while she's opening up that poll that if you have any questions during the presentation, you are welcome to post them in the chat. We will answer them towards the end or during the chat. Over to you, Katie. So I'm going to continue with the presentation, Katie, and I'm just going to say this week marks a significant milestone as we celebrate the first anniversary of the Coach Factory program. So over the past year, we have witnessed the remarkable growth and development of our dedicated coaches who have embarked on this transformative journey. The primary objective of the Coach Factory program is to equip our coaches with the tools and the knowledge necessary for their success. Through the utilization of our state-of-the-art AI coaching system, we empower them to stand out and in a competitive landscape and emerge as world-class online life coaches, which is pretty amazing. These extraordinary individuals have harnessed the sales, marketing, and business acumen they acquired to establish thriving coaching practices of their own. And today, through this webinar, we would like to give you a glimpse of how to do that. If you are here today to start a new journey, maybe to start a side hustle, become a full-time coach, or even want to use AI in your current coaching practice, and maybe in your heart, you've been called to make coaching your ministry, then you definitely have to speak to me afterwards. You are in the right place. So let's start with a recent testimony from one of our coach trainees. His name is John Connor, and he is the CEO at Optimal Leader Coaching. John's background includes service as an NSA intelligence specialist in the US military. He holds a bachelor's degree in leadership studies, an associate degree in business management, and is on track to graduate with a master's degree in leadership, coaching, and mentoring from Regent University this December. So let's hear what John had to say.
I just want to start with everything that's led me to this moment at this point. When I worked at NSA and when I was in the intelligence community in the military, the training taught me that it's not what you know in your mind. It's not what you can remember, but it's if you know where to go to find the information that you need to know. And at the time, it was just through books and various things that I could retrieve information, decentralized computers. But now with AI, we literally have the world of fingertips, world of information at our fingertips. AI has studied human behavior to the fullest degree. AI understands us better than we do. And that's why I'm so excited to be where I am now. My purpose in life largely aligns with coaching and mentoring. Many of you that know me, that's just my heart. I love to coach people in that direction. And now that I've found the AI tools, along with these tools that my colleagues here are presenting to you today, I know that it doesn't really matter what I have in my mind, because the systems and the technologies have the exact information for my client, the exact behaviors, the exact feedback, the exact next steps in a literal system. So really all it takes is that you need a heart for coaching. You need to be somebody who really wants to coach people. And that's why I posted what I did in my, in the discussion chat promoting this is, look, not everybody should be a coach. This is really for people who care about people. And aligned with Industry 4.0, which Rita alluded to, this is the fourth industrial revolution. Technology has infused with the human experience. So we have the leading technology in coaching at our fingertips now. All of my other coaching colleagues in various industries or realms, they have not heard of this. And they're always asking me this. I have an article being published this fall for Christian Coaching Magazine, in which I'm introducing this and also the Industry 4.0 concepts. Mimi, I look forward to co-authoring with you soon. And I'm just so excited for you guys to hear what is the future of coaching, what I've tapped into. But this is something that I haven't really told Rita about. And this is something that is a reason that I'm really excited about being on this call. My goal for Optimal Leader Coaching is to have 100 coaches globally. And so by December, I'm taking on my next coach, and I only take on coaches that have gone through the Time Factory. They have to be trained by the Time Factory and Industry 4.0 technology standards in order to coach at my level. And so whoever signs up today and goes through the program and goes through the Time Factory, whoever Rita recommends as the best out of that group, then I'll recruit you as a coach, and I will get your clients for you. So I'll make sure that you get 20 clients. That is my promise. 20 clients. When you start, you may have a job, and you may only be able to take X amount of clients in the beginning. But I will ensure that. And I don't care where you're at around the world. It doesn't really matter to me how much, or where you're located. You'll get paid the same U.S. rates. So look forward to everybody signing up. Listen, this system has taught me so much about just coaching in general. Christine and Mimi and everybody who's just been Rita, of course. Everybody's just been pouring into me into this coaching. Not only have I learned more about coaching than any other program that I've had in the past, but I also understand how AI can assist me in becoming the world's best coach, and that's my goal. So I'm super excited to be here, and I'm just looking forward to everybody who does sign up. Thank you for the time, Rita. I just want to.
And there you have it. So, as you can gather from John Connor's video, this program has been specifically designed to set yourself apart from all the other life coaches out there. And this is why we are focusing on the AI coaching system today. And as John mentioned, not everybody is supposed to become a life coach. And that is why we evaluate your habits and your behaviors against the industry's top coaches to help you determine if this path is the right fit for you as a coach. This program is designed to ease any uncertainty you may have about pursuing a career in coaching and offer additional support if needed. We also offer comprehensive online training that equips you with all the essential tools to kickstart your coaching journey in just 8 weeks, and we'll show you how you're going to do that. While you could navigate this journey independently, you can absolutely just do this on your own. Our program is designed to accelerate your progress and get you coaching faster. During our next webinar, we can also have a closer look at the habits and behaviors for an online life coach specifically, as well as the business growth opportunities within the AI system, because it's got a whole business side apart from the coaching side as well. Yes, there are actually more opportunities. We want you to scale your business as well. So now let's look at the first essential tool that you're going to need, the AI coaching system, and how can it set you apart from other life coaches. So John Wooden, who is an American basketball coach, said, a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. Now, I don't know about you, but I want to be that coach that changes lives. So before I tell you more about the system, I would like to explain habits in a bit more detail, and then we'll go over to that. Because if you want to change your life, you will have to change your habit. Okay, so contrary to popular belief, we do not create time at the Time Factory, although the name does allude to it. We also firmly believe you cannot manage time, but you can manage energy. So your brain uses a fifth of your energy, and sometimes it just needs a break. So habits are energy savers. Strong habits or automated behavior enable your brain to function in an energy-saving mode, as you can see, relaxed energy-saving mode. However, soft habits indicate behavior that's not fully automated, and therefore it can actually drain your energy, like the little brain on the right side, as you can see. So why test habits and behavioral patterns? You've heard that saying, when people show you who they are, believe them. So actions are actually a good indicator of people's behavior, right? So we cannot influence how people think, but behavior and behavioral patterns could be adjusted. So behaviors ultimately can be repeated. And once they are repeated, they become what we call rote behaviors and then turn into habits over time. And there's many schools of thoughts about how that time can look like, but ultimately it's about a lot of things and the number of repetitions. So the AI coaching system provides you with highly accurate data, which in turn makes your coaching process more measurable and data-driven. So what you're seeing here is a spider graph of a client where you can actually pinpoint where they fit and how strong their habits are or not. So the data is gathered and you use it without compromising the individuality of the client and the coach. This is very important because the system might seem rigid to some. However, it allows for a lot of freedom in terms of individuality, applying and incorporating different coaching models, as well as giving your client a more experiential experience. Now, I will come back to the experiential learning a little bit later. I won't forget, I promise. The AI coaching system measures habits and behavioral patterns in 4 categories. As you can see on the top right, I'm just going to move the mouse there, on the top right corner, gives you task habits. Then it moves to idea habits, also speaks to internal habits, and lastly, people habits, which will then guide you as a coach to assist your client in the best possible way. But how does the system actually do this? So let's just talk a little bit about that. So it measures the habits. First of all, an online personal worksheet is sent to the client through or via the coaching platform. There are 70 questions, and on average, it takes 60 minutes to complete. There are some people who do it much faster and some do it a little bit slower, and that's okay. Time is measured though, and it will relate back to task efficiency. And there are 10 riddles also thrown into the mix to test cognitive fitness, and just to keep it fun as well. The AI-driven report is available almost immediately, and the questions are never the same. Let me explain that. As the client answers the questions, the AI system adjusts the upcoming questions according to the answers the client has given, and which means the process is highly individualized compared to other such questionnaires. And that is what makes it also highly accurate as well. There is a research paper which I can share with you via email if you really want to have a look at that. It's open, so just let me know. Even in the chats, say research paper, and we'll email it to you. The client and the coach then receives this report, which is done almost immediately via email. But like everything in life, it is so important to give extensive feedback to the client and also understand from the client's point of view how they perceive the results. A lot of information comes out of that. And as you can gather, listening and questioning skills already play a very important role right at the start of the coaching. So habits are measured based on the likelihood of the client repeating certain behavioral patterns and repeating those patterns within their life. Some behavioral patterns are not repeated in such a way that the AI system can identify them as habits when there is not enough evidence that these patterns are set in a neurological pattern. Then it's called behaviors. So there's a difference between behaviors and between habits. And the behaviors obviously score lower. Let me give you an example. So I've got permission to share this person's habit scores. So let me tell you about this graph. On the right, you can see there's a RH, SH, CH, NB, PB. What that means is radical habits. Those ones rule you. Strong habits, contextual habits. And you'll see then it turns into necessary behaviors and planned behaviors. So the results presented by ShadowMatch show the way it has transformed the answers provided by an individual to a visible behavioral chart that represents no negative information about the individual. When a graph represents low scores on some habits, it indicates that the individual does not seem to manage that area of his or her life with behaviors that are well defined. So then they are referred to as behaviors, as we said, and not habits. The higher the score, the more defined and well-developed the habits are. And it must be emphasized that when a person has developed a habit, especially a strong habit in doing something, it's easy. This is why habits indicate the level of ease with which someone acts when doing something that has been developed. See the brain? So the brain works a little bit harder with the lower scores and is a bit more relaxed with the higher scores. So the opposite is not necessarily true. If an individual does not have the habit of behaving in a specific way, for example, this person has a very low routine score, it does not indicate an inability to do it. It just means that the person needs to use more energy to do it. And that's where it comes in, where we come in terms of energy saving mode. Okay. So apart from the personal feedback report, you get that graph, but you also get a full report. But there are also more detailed reports available. You get a career report, which you can pull for a client, and it's already Industry 4 ready. What we mean by that is it's already geared towards Industry 4 models as well as job descriptions. There's study method reports available, relationship reports, and also a skills grid analysis. Apart from the reports, the coaching programs that are available on the coaching platform is fulfillment coaching, which can be utilized in so many ways possible, as well as for leadership coaching. There is career coaching, study method coaching, relationship coaching, and personal development plans. So let's have a look at this example of the fulfillment coaching program. So you can see we're on phase 1 of 23. It's called the business. If there's a theme with every phase. This is a personal strategy formulation, a plan of strength. So your client's going to walk away with a personal strategy, a purpose, a goal, and it's going to be all measurable. So on the right, you will see there are some visibility restrictions in terms of what the coach can see and what the coach and the client can see. So the coach as the sole visibility, there's additional reading for the coach. You can set up a meeting with your client, and you can also have coaching notes available. Mind work is done by the client, and together you and the client do move work, where the coach actually facilitates already what's in the client, but just to unlock that and to get the actions ready for future-driven success. So the best way to go through the fulfillment program is to finish all 23 phases over time. However, you can make it faster. You can go through it slower. For example, you can easily coach for up to 8 phases with great effect. It all depends on what your client needs and also a little bit about your personal coaching preferences. For example, your client is an executive that needs some impactful communication tools and have limiting beliefs which keeps him back from reaching his full potential. He might be 100% by phase 8 and might say, Coach, thank you, but I'm good, I'm done. And then you can stop. So it does give you a lot of flexibility. When coaches sign up, just for interest's sake, to our program, these first 8 phases are included and is an absolute must to be done. Most coaches continue with their coaching and finish all 23 phases Yes, not just to learn more about how to use the system to its full potential, but also because the impact they can feel and see on their lives as a coach. So remember I spoke about, I'm going too fast. Remember when I spoke about the experiential learning for your client? Let me explain that just a little bit. When your client enters their mind work, they type in their mind work, they read it, and they might read it again. And when you do the move work together as coach and client, the actions agreed upon are typed into the move phase. Again, learning and memory is affected in more than one way. They are hearing it because you're reading it. They are seeing it because you're typing it. And they're reading it and reading it again because it also gets emailed to them. The repetition of these actions are quite natural, but the impact is so phenomenal. So it's very important that using a coaching platform does make a difference in just talking to a client, and there are no extra memory foundations laid down. So apart from all the data at your fingertips giving you a competitive edge, your client will also remember this coaching for longer. And that's quite amazing. For me, that makes a huge difference because I speak to a lot of people who have been coached before, and if I ask them about their goals and how the coaching went, they can't recall really what happened. And I think I reached my goal. What was that? They can't even really remember what their goal was that they had to reach. So there is also guidance for the coach in terms of information and possible coaching approaches to take, as well as what to look out for, and that you sometimes find in the meat work. You as a coach and your client are in a safe space without compromising on future progression and agreed upon actions. So it's not just success for your client, but it's also success for you as coach if you use a coaching platform like this. Good. Let me tell you about the second tool, the actual training program to set you apart as a global online coach. And that's the Coach Factory program, and it's presented by the Time Factory. So the training consists out of 5 modules. It's basic coaching skills and coaching models tailored for the AI coaching system. That's the first module you will be doing. Then the second one is focused on training on the AI coaching system. Module number 3 is comprehensive communication skills and online presentation training. Number 4, emphasis on sales and marketing relevant to coaching. That's very important because even if you have sales and marketing background, it needs to be relevant for coaching because it's not always the same. The product you are selling is you and your expertise and your coaching system. So the module number 5 is focused on strategies for growing your coaching practice into a thriving business. So now, there are these wonderful magicians who make these modules easy to use, and they make it clear and they make it practical for you. So let's go through who are our expert trainers. So meet Mimi van Logrenberg, first on the left. She has more than 25 years of experience as a psychologist coach, and she's currently a coach. So she used to be a psychologist. She's currently a coach, a trainer, and a writer. She is the founder of Clan Coaching and the editor of Clan Magazine. The spelling of Clan is K-L-A-E-N. K-L-A-E-N. Then meet Christine Brett. She is a highly experienced freelance consultant with more than 30 years of expertise in the nonprofit, government, and private sectors. Her skills and knowledge span across various areas, such as communication management, change management, stakeholder management, business development research, community development projects, social investment, training, and facilitation. She is amongst the few SCMPs in Africa who are globally certified as strategic communication management practitioners. That is quite an achievement. So we give you the best of the best here. So meet Yusuf Marburg, who is the founder of the Time Factory and our business excellence coach. He is passionate about growing businesses using AI tools and has vast experience in this area. He thrives when aiding companies in strategy and execution alignment, increasing organizational performance and competitive edges, and enhancing processes within companies. He is also our next move Industry 4 specialist. Then myself, Greta Marburg, with an advanced certification and accreditation from Shadowmatch, I head up the Time Factory's coaching practice, and I'm the Coach Factory Program Coordinator. I have 20 years of extensive corporate experience, which includes sales, marketing, and management skills. I'm a certified facilitator as well. And then Bruce Stein is as passionate about winning as you are. He is a specialist sales trainer and has trained clients from 42 countries across the globe. He has successfully scaled a number of businesses to number one in their industry. He teaches you how to leverage your skills to launch and scale your purpose-driven business to the first sale and beyond. He is inviting you as well to join us next week and the 4th of December for our sales training to unlearn what you have been taught in sales and get ready to empower yourself with a mindset, mission, and the moves to ensure your success. So yeah, if you ever wondered if a salesperson have to have moves, it seems like you have to have moves. Okay. So what sets this specific program apart? It boils down to the personal guidance and the attention you will receive as a coach. You will not be alone in your journey. You will be matched with a personal coach and receive at least 8 coaching sessions, as I've mentioned, or more if you desire, to gain hands-on experience with the AI coaching system. Once you feel comfortable with the AI coaching system, you will begin to coach your first client with remote support and guidance from your personal coach. Your ongoing growth and development are paramount to us. And by becoming part of a team with monthly check-ins, we all support each other, we discuss interesting cases, and we mentor each other and we coach each other continuously. So you are never alone out there. You will also receive certification and accreditation on the International AI Coaching System, as well as a certificate of completion from the Coach Factory. So the world needs more online life coaches. And it might sound weird, but it's very true still to this day. There's never been a more opportune moment to dive into this multi-billion-dollar industry and make a difference globally. People today are juggling more responsibilities in the same amount of time as before, and many are struggling to keep up with the demands. Online coaches are needed more than ever. Become part of a community, though, of coaches who coach with the state-of-the-art AI coaching system. And it's according to Industry 4 models. So that's very important because that will definitely set you apart from coaches who are out there. So we are moving into the last few weeks of the year. And you may wonder, really, why start now? Let me rather wait for the new year. But I want to challenge you and say, won't it be an excellent incentive if you start now and by January, February, you can be actively coaching? That could be fantastic. So if you can see yourself coaching by then, that's what you have to do. You've got to start now. So you're welcome to take a screenshot of these dates and to actually get yourself ready for the new year. I just want to mention to you before I move on and give you a moment to take a shot. We don't take more than 12 attendees. That's our maximum number because our learning is very hands-on. Although it's online, we still make it very interactive. Okay. So if your heart is tugging at your mind, saying, come on, mind, listen to me, and you are dreaming of becoming an online life coach, leave your email address in the chat and let's connect and address any concerns you might have. We are also starting a monthly coaching masterclass in 2024. And the biggest value add for the signups of 2023 is that they will receive a free subscription to this coaching masterclass for the whole year of 2024. So we are approaching the end of our webinar, and I hope you've all had an insightful time with us. And as you are thinking about questions to ask, please look at the chats, and we also invite you to leave your questions in the chats, but we are going to open up for questions just now. And we invite you to visit our website for more information, especially if you want more information on the 5 coaching models. So the modules are explained more in detail on there, and you're welcome to go and have a look. So let's open up the floor for questions. Lika, are there any questions in the chats which you want to shoot at me?
Thank you, Rita. It was very informative. There were no questions in the chat, so we can maybe take questions from those who are present.
Great. And just unmute yourself, and then you can ask a question. Stop sharing. Okay. Any questions? Alma, I see Alma. Yes.
Yes. Rita, thank you for a great presentation. I'm just wondering, maybe there are some people on the call that, they're thinking, okay, I've heard all of this information now about becoming a life coach, and it's got my head turning, but I'm not exactly sure what a life coach does. So maybe you can give us just a kind of an explanation of what a life coach does and what the significance of a life coach can be in a person's life. Maybe that can help some of us make up our mind and understand it more clearly.
Thank you, Alma. That's such a great question to ask, because there's a lot of confusion still about what life coaching is and what a life coach does. So first of all, we need to understand that life coaching is not counseling. It's not psychotherapy. It's not talking about history. It's not digging up the past. It's very, very future driven. So in terms of walking a road with your client, goals are set, it's measured, and you take actions towards a successful future. So how these actions would look would depend on how strong the client is. And that's why I also like using the AI coaching system, because there's measurements in place where you can measure, is this client burned out or busy burning out, or are they strong enough so that the coach can give them challenges or steps that are a bit bigger, or should they take steps that are a little bit smaller and manageable for their strength and their ego strength and their capabilities at this very moment in life. And that's what I do love about coaching, and it's very action orientated and future orientated. You're going towards a certain goal, you're taking steps, and that can only end in success. A lot of people set goals, they never achieve them and they don't know why. Or they start something and they don't finish it, they don't know why. Or they get stuck. And if you feel stuck or not achieving your goals or not moving forward, or you feel like you're moving forward too slowly, that's when you need a coach, and a coach can help you to unlock the potential that's already inside of you, but in such a way that you actually get going. Does that answer your question, Alma?
Yes, thank you, Rita. I think that gives a clear picture of what a life coach does, and you are so right. It's not necessarily understood very well yet what a life coach does. Personally, I think it's one of the best things that you can get is a life coach. And if you are a person with a heart to help people, I think there's a very specific place for a life coach in a person's life. And I'm very excited to see it grow as an industry in South Africa and the world.
Yes.
right across the world. I think we can make a definite, wonderful impact in changing the world as a life coach.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Thank you for that, Alma. Any other questions from the audience?
Rieta?
Yes. Hi, Bernard. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, my dear. I just wanted to thank you. I very, very much enjoyed that, and it was lovely meeting up with Katie again after a number of years. Yes. Rieta, I definitely will. This is something that's given me a lot of food for thought. I'm not making excuses. The fact is, at the moment, I've got a couple of health issues that are weighing quite heavily on me now. So, being a pensioner, one just has to look at the pennies and what have you. And I will come to a decision, and I will definitely get in touch with you. But I'm very, very grateful you included me in on this, and thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, Bernard, and it's lovely to meet you online. I know we spoke briefly over the phone and via WhatsApp and voice messages, but it's lovely to meet you online. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of your communication. Okay, thanks, Bernard. Okay. Excellent. Any other questions? Elika, we're fine.
Rieta?
Yes.
It's actually not a question, it's probably more a comment. But when I first signed up as a coach, I had my doubts about what it was all about. And I thought, to me, what was important is what is the value for the client? And then I became the client first to sort of understand what is the client gonna get out of it. And there was no doubt in my mind, completing all 3 sessions, that I was so motivated to actually offer what I got out of it. So the value is just unmeasurable. So this is really, if you have any doubt, become the client for a few sessions and get out of it for yourself to understand what you have to offer. And the system is the best guidance ever. It's really next level.
Yeah.
Hi, Rieta, Karen here. I'm struggling to get my picture to show. My apologies.
No problem, Karen.
Hi, I just wanted to say I have had a coach, and she's learned and helped me a lot. And this has motivated me to also want to become a coach. And really, the life coaching, your coach helping, walking with you a road, it really, really is inspiring, motivating, and I would definitely recommend it for anybody. Thank you for this insightful, and yes, it's just so encouraging. Thank you for everything that the Coach Factory is doing for me.
It's a pleasure, Karen, and thank you for the feedback. It is beautiful. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Okay. And that concludes our webinar for today. I think if there are no more questions, let's give everybody a few moments. Gonna be over time, but I think that's okay for the questions. And yes, looking forward to everybody's reaching out to us, and please go have a look at our website. If you're not sure and you still want to read a bit more, go to thetimefactory.biz. It's as easy as that, B-I-Z, biz. And you can also follow us on the Coach Factory YouTube channel.